So my name is Nick, I come from London and I work in customer services at a UK tourist attraction. I do work quite a bit with the Dystonia Society, so we have a younger adults group page which is like a support forum for them. And we sort of, every now and again, we try and do meetups and sort of see people, as well as these conferences that we're attending this weekend, which is a really important forum for people who maybe just at the start of their dystonia diagnosis stage or have lived with it for a number of years to learn ways of coping with it and sort of seeing a more positive side to living with dystonia. So I was diagnosed with generalised idiopathic dystonia at the age of 7. Idiopathic means there's no sort of gene connected to my family history. So I'm one of a kind in the family, so no one else in my family has dystonia, so it was quite a shock when I got diagnosed 20 years ago at the age of 7. My family noticed that I was dragging my right leg when I was walking, and this went on for about 2 or 3 weeks before they sort of really noticed the gradual changes in my walking. So I was getting a lot more tired and I couldn't really walk as far as I used to, because obviously when I was a child I was running around and all that. So, and they then took me to the GP, and the GP said, oh, nothing to worry about, it's just a phase, you know, nothing to worry about. So my family sort of weren't quite so concerned. But then as they noticed the sort of changes in my posture as well as my leg movements, they then decided to go back. And they sort of thought I'd better go off to a London hospital just to get some checks, just to see what was happening. So the first hospital that saw me weren't quite so helpful. They weren't forthcoming of what it could be. So then they decided to send me off to Great Ormond Street Hospital, which has a great movement disorder department, and they looked after me there. And I was there up until I was about the age of 16, 17. And then I got moved on to the National Hospital, which is for the adults. It was a bit of a relief to actually get a diagnosis, because when I first went to the doctors, the GPs, they said it was all in my head, it wasn't real, and it was just a phase. So it was a relief to begin with. And then they tried me out on various different medications just to see if that would help with the muscle spasms, which dystonia causes. And that sort of went on for several years before they actually found the right dosage. But luckily, in the meantime, sort of getting onto a treatment plan is really important. So just to sort of see which work and which don't. So make sure you have plenty of support, whether that's from family, friends, but also make sure you build up a special relationship with your doctor, because they're the ones who can offer you the best advice, the best treatments, and hopefully you will learn to see the benefits and positives of living with dystonia rather than seeing it as a negative point. When I was 15 and a half, I had deep brain stimulation, which is otherwise known as DBS. And the impact on that was just phenomenal. So after a couple of weeks, I noticed a real difference. I was standing up a lot taller, I could walk a lot further, I was a lot more independent. I could actually do things for myself, which is really good, because it means I've got more independence now and I can now actually work, which is a great feeling. I have control of it now, as obviously since the DBS it is a lot better. Obviously now and again I do get dystonic spasms. It could be due to weather changes, stress, but I feel like I'm in a lot more control with it, which is such a positive thing. Because before it was sort of like every day was just a really bad day, but you get good and bad days, and actually at the moment luckily it's more good than bad, so that's a really positive thing. So my hopes for the future is that clinicians can get more details about what causes dystonia in those who don't actually have the gene or anyone in the family that has it, and just to sort of understand why it happens or if there's no actual causes. Also that practitioners, GPs, nurses, staff who could understand a bit more about dystonia, because sometimes when I go into hospital and I say I've got dystonia, they don't know what it actually means or what the condition is. So that would be like a really positive thing if more people could understand what dystonia is and also raise awareness of it. And thirdly, I would like to sort of more awareness in the wider world as well, because I know a lot of people overseas have it but actually don't have a diagnosis yet, and that would be really important for them so they get onto the right treatment path.